Hey guys, what's going on? This is Hakeem. This is the Couch Talk. Welcome to the first installment of the Couch Talk. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today I wanted to talk about financial gurus, right? Lately, there's been a lot of shows popping up on Netflix, new channels up on YouTube talking about finances, right? Everybody's talking about how to get rich or how to maintain or how to grow your wealth, right? Which I think is a great conversation to have because it's not a conversation that we have enough in society, right? Everybody should know how to manage their money. Everybody should know how to grow their wealth, right? Gain abundance. But one thing I wanted to address is that a lot of the times when we first get into these things, we might assume, right, that since a thumbnail or a title is saying, do this and you'll get rich, or how to get rich in the stock market, how to get rich in real estate and investing and such, right? So I think when we see stuff like that, right, thumbnails like those, we can actually think, right, that we can acquire, right, a large amount of wealth if we just focus our time, our effort, our money in those areas, right? But the reality is that you're not actually going to get rich unless you already have a large sum of money, i.e. you were born into money, you got a large inheritance or something like that. But other than that, right, statistics show that there's a very, very, very slight chance that you'll ever be rich, right, in this lifetime, unless those circumstances are at play, right? However, it seems like, right, in the age of the internet, getting rich is easier than it's ever been, right? Which may be the truth, right? But if that's the case, then it's not what the financial gurus are talking about, right? Actually, it's what the financial gurus are doing, right? When you're watching them, that's how they're acquiring their wealth. See, I believe that prior to them being YouTubers, maybe they did have a stable financial situation. Maybe they did manage to acquire some wealth for themselves, right? But by telling you that you can be rich by such and such method, right? Telling you about upcoming crypto, upcoming stocks, events, right? Market crashes, etc., right? That you can get rich. But really, they're the ones gaining the wealth every time you click the button to watch them, right? They're the ones who are, right? Like they're acquiring their wealth via the internet, right? Which is exactly what you see happening, right? But they're telling you that you can get rich in these other ways. But you're watching it happen right before your very eyes. You're making someone a mass amount of wealth every time you click the video, right? So what does that tell you, right? Because you could put a large sum of money in a stock and watch it go up 15, 20% in a year. And, like even like 50% over the course of 10 years, right? But even then, you're not going to be rich. Excuse me. So, since that's the case, it's become apparent to me, right, that investing in yourself is actually the only real way to get rich, right? So, what do I mean by investing in yourself, right? For some time now, I know you've had ideas, right? And you probably work a 9 to 5, you live a very mundane life, which is fine, right? There's nothing wrong with having a job, right? And working your way up at that job. I believe that that is the way to have a very stable life and continue to grow. However, if you actually want to get rich, right, and acquire large amounts of wealth, it's not necessarily the stock market or the crypto market or waiting for a crash and then taking this opportunity to get this, right? Because those can make you gains, but they cannot make you rich, right? It seems like the only way to really get rich is to invest in yourself, right? The same way that the YouTuber that's telling you how to get rich is investing in themselves, right? They bought themselves a camera. They bought themselves a microphone. They got themselves some lighting. They maybe paid an editor, right? $50 to $150, right, to edit their video, right? But that's all an investment in themselves, right? And so when they get this out to you, right, you help them get rich, and which is perfectly fine, right? I think that's a great thing, right? But I feel like we're missing the bigger picture. You can't get rich off of stocks. Not really. Not in this day and age. You can't get rich off a 9 to 5. I mean, unless you're like a doctor, a lawyer, you work in tech or sales or something like that. But even then, right? I mean, the debt from medical school, the debt from law school, the debt, it takes a while, right? But so what I'm trying to get at is the fact that you are your greatest investment. It should really be you that you're focused on, right? Those ideas that you've had in the past, the problem solver that's within you or the content creator that's within you, that is where your mind should be focused, right? Of course, right, manage your money. Of course, if you like to invest. It's a good thing, right? I think investments are better than savings, of course, because you have a chance to beat inflation. But at the end of the day, investments is just low risk gambling for the most part, right? And you can't really get rich off of that. But what you can get rich off of is taking that chance on you, right? Buying yourself that camera, right? And filming what you like to do, right? Some of you are athletes. Some of you play poker. Some of you are talented singers, whatever your thing might be, right? And also, just having a skill and putting yourself on camera, right, is already putting you in a really good spot. Because even if you don't get rich, right, but you make a great steady income from being online, right, you're making residuals, right? So that's work that you had to do one time that's paying you over a long period of time, right? So even if you don't get rich, right, even though you can, but even if you don't, right, it sets you up really well, right? I would argue even better than investing in stock markets, right? Or anything of the sorts. So whether you have a skill and you monetize your skill, right? Whether you're a content creator and then you get your content monetized, or you have a hobby that you're good at, which is, up there with skill, right? But then you monetize that, the money is in you, right? You are the source. You're your greatest source of wealth, right? Think about the wealthiest people, right? They're problem solvers and they're entertainers, right? Man, there's a problem solver and an entertainer inside of you, right? Even though you may not be super mainstream, right? You may not be on a TV screen, right? It's been made very clear to us that you don't need to be on a TV screen to get rich, right? Phone screens work just fine, right? But it all starts with you. It all starts with that desire that's in you and you putting that on camera and being able to relate it to people in a digestible way. But so I guess what I'm saying is this is like kind of my call, right? For you guys to be content creators, right? Monetize your hobbies, because really the internet has enough space for all of us, right? And so if you can just overcome, right, your fear of being rejected or, not feeling good enough or, whatever it may be, then you can open up that wealth for yourself, right? But you have to trust me when I say that is a way more effective route for you in acquiring wealth than the stock market will ever be, right? You're the big investment. You are. So you like to work out? Great. Gain more knowledge, right? Use that certificate that you got. Get on here and start teaching, right? But I believe that skill, right, you and your voice and what you're doing is worth so much more than anywhere you could ever put your money in, right? Like a stock or, a cryptocurrency or anything like that. Again, those things are bad, but you're the big investment. So after you watch this, I want you to really consider investing in you, right? I want you to think about what you like to do and what you want to do. I want you to think about what skills you have, and I want you to figure out, right, how you can show that to people. Not how you can get rich off of it, but just how can you display that in a way that makes it entertaining to people, right? And I want you to take a chance on yourself, because once you do that, that's how you acquire true wealth, right? And if you want to be rich, like whether financially or fulfilled, rich emotionally, right, then that's the way to get that done, right? Thank you.